Abdurrahman Tayyab, and I'm recording this video to demonstrate a to-do application, basically the UI and UX for the to-do application. This is for assignment 4 in iOS development course. So what I did so far is I created the UI UX and I made use of the UI view tables, UI table views and the UI table view cells. And let me demonstrate this for you. So what you see here is the table view, and this table view contains the prototype cell. And actually I made my own cell, which I'm going to show you over here. But first let me show you, this is where all the rows will show up, and when you press on create a new to-do list, this screen will show up. Okay, so over here is the cell that I created. This is where it shows the title of the cell, and this is where it shows the date of the cell. The list, and this is where you check mark it, and here you can press to edit the list. This is the code for my custom list. Over here I create this protocol so I can be able to use the edit button, and I use the edit button inside the view controller, the main view controller basically, and that's why I make a protocol out of it. And over here are the IB outlets for the items that I mentioned earlier. Okay, and I usually create a constants file because it's more organized and it makes me less prone to errors. And this is just the data structure of my list objects, so I can store the title, the due date, and the items that I can store inside a list. Basically I started off with the items, but I think it will be changed to notes, because instead of having an array of strings, it will just be one long string. And inside here is the view controller of the main page, which is the table view. And as you can see here, this is the IB outlet for the table view, and this is just an array to demonstrate the application, basically the UI and UX for the application. It's my data, and once it loads I have to register my custom cell name over here, which is the k dot is my own constants file, so the k is just my own constants file that I shown you earlier. As you can see here, struct k, and the cell identifier is this cell. Okay, and what I do over here is I return the size of the list, so I can show all of its items on the table view. And in here is where I set my cell as the custom cells that I just created. So I initiate the cell, and then I set its data type as the cell that I created, so that I can use the labels that I just made inside of it and the custom shape. And in here, as you can see, the list title and list date, which are inside here. List title and list date, I make use of them, and I just enter the title of the row of the lists that I created above, the array, and the date as well. And if you might ask what this is just to format the date, and it's just an initial thing that I will probably change later. And over here I make use of the protocol that I created and shown you earlier inside the list cell.swift, and I write down what the function will do over here. So what the function will do when edit button is pressed, basically it will open the it will perform segue with segue k.segue name, which is open details, which is basically this segue. It's the only one, open details. So just to open this segue over here, and I chose present modally because it's nicer to have this when you edit the list. Okay, so let me demonstrate this for you. Alright, so this is what the list will look like, and if you have, for example, groceries, you can check market or not. The date is written below, as you can see, and you can edit, and you'll have some details here to edit as well, like the notes, the name, whether it has a due date or not, and we can set the due date, and whether it's complete or not. Also, you can cancel, delete, or update. And this also is working fine. As you can see here, it's grocery, games, productivity, music, and random list. And if we go to the view controller.swift, you can see here that we have the same over here. So if we change a random list to some other list like this and we try to rerun, it will work just fine. So as you can see here, it's some other list. And this is basically my application. If you have any questions, please send me an email. Thank you very much, and please have a great day.